So I think one song that there's a few songs that like I feel define the Bay Area, but I say my top 5 would be "Tell Me When to Go," 93 Till, "Getting It" by Too Short. Let's see what else we got. Pimp of the Year, Drew Down.
Players Club.
You know that I say instead of Players Club, I say Freaks of the Industry.
Damn, that's outside the box right there. I don't know. Drake would if Drake would agree. Drake might be feeling the Players Club.
I mean, you know, he took that whole verse, but it's cool. You got Rapper Forte got paid for that.
Yeah. Drake know what time it is.
You know,
shout out to Drake.
He did that. He did gave a shout out to Too Short too.
Oh yeah,
man.
Shout out Drake.
So you know,
he loves us.
Like I said, man, Bay Area got it, bro. They be sleeping, but we got hits out here. We got hits.
So, shit, Bay Area anthems, man. The radio played hella songs from the Bay finally. Like eventually, the Bay Area was cracking all over the radio nationwide, and it was cracking. I think, Welcome to the Bay, with all the remixes it had. There was Hyphy.
Yeah.
There was 5 on it, of course. You know, Freaky Tales.
Yeah, Freaky Tales.
What else? Wide Open. Shit. Them songs just like were legendary. They were on repeat, and everybody knows them. And everybody knows they're from the Bay. Those are anthems, because shit, everybody knew about it. Everybody was bumping it. The radio even played it. Shit. Yeah, that's mine.
Bay Area anthems. Damn, this is a hard one, because I go way back. Shit. I would have to. I'm not gonna go in no particular order. I'm just gonna go off the top of my dome. I would have to say, to kick it off, would have to be Too Short, Freaky Tales, bro. It ain't no bigger Bay Area song than that, bro.
Truth.
Anywhere, nigga.
Truth.
Too Short.
Truth.
Motherfucking
Truth.
Freaky Tales. Second, I would have to say the Humpty Dance. Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's worldwide. You know what I'm saying?
That shit go.
I would have to say, and a lot of motherfuckers forget this, You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
Yeah.
MC Hammer from Oakland, that's the Bay Area.
That is.
And that's one of the biggest songs ever.
Ever.
So then my first 3. What I say, Freaky Tales, Humpty Dance, Digital Underground, You Can't Touch This, MC Hammer. Next, I would have to go, Too Hard for the Fucking Radio, Mac Dre.
That's right.
And I'd say that because even though Mac Dre's the name was his first one, and that's what introduced all of us, Too Hard for the Fucking Radio was big, bro.
Yeah, boys.
That was a big ass song, bro.
They'll play that on the radio.
On the radio, and it was too hard for the radio, and they played on the radio. They made that nigga clean it up, so they played on the radio.
Exactly, yeah.
So where I say Freaky Tales, Humpty Dance, You Can't Touch This, Mac Dre, Too Hard for the Fucking Radio. I would have to say Looney's I Got 5 on it.
Yeah,
that's an iconic song, bro. Ain't no getting around that.
Any sports game you go to in the Bay.
Yeah, they're gonna play that. Yeah. I Got 5 on it. Rounds out my number 5. Next, I would have to say, See, this is the hard one. 415, Richie Rich and D-Loc and them. Because they got two of them. They got Groupie Ass Bitch and they got Sideshow. Which one do I choose? Because they were so cold, Kanye used to spin them motherfuckers back to back.
That's what I'm saying.
They'd play Sideshow and Groupie Ass Bitch back to back.
Like about 10 o'clock at night or something.
Yeah. And they was house party killers, both of them.
Sideshow.
I would have to go Sideshow.
Sideshow.
Groupie Ass Bitch too.
That's just cold too.
I'll go Sideshow. Okay, if I had to pick one, 415 Sideshow.
You know, just playing both back to back. That's why we need vinyl. That's why we need everybody needs to get some press.
415 used to kill shit back.
Cause yo, house parties.
So okay, I'll go with 415. I'll say Sideshow / Groupie Ass Bitch count as one. Next, I got to give it to RBL. Don't give me no Bama weed. I mean, shit, bro. You know, nigga, I done seen what that song do. I've seen them perform that shit live and bring the house down. I've seen them put it on at a house party or at Cal Skate and bring that motherfucker down. So
that's the first weed song, really.
Yeah.
The first Cypress Hill can say whatever they want. That's the first real weed song.
And a lot of Bay Area motherfuckers put that they put I Got 5 on it and gonna be no Bama weed like this.
Yeah.
You know, if you're from the Bay, you can choose either one.
I got Bama weed.
Yeah, it goes like this. So yeah, don't give me no Bama weed. Next after that. Damn. Kick the Sneak. Wait a minute, hold on, let me think. Damn, see what I'm saying? It's so hard. Anthems. Oh, fuck, 11-5, Garcia Vega.
Oh, yeah.
11-5, Garcia Vega. Hood Stars, get my grown man on.
That's Anthem.
Or Video Vixen, they got a couple of them.
Video Vixen's some shit.
Yeah, Hood Stars got a couple of them. Elevators, see what I'm saying?
The man, see?
Hood Stars got a few of them, so it's hard.
Yeah.
Jacka.
Shout out to the Hood Stars, bro.
Jacka, man.
Jack got so many. Aspen.
You know what?
Not me.
You know what Jacka's
I'm the Mac.
Fucking Barney.
Barney was like, Barney, cause remember he had the version with fucking Cormega and shit.
Remix. That's a cold ass. That's an anthem, bro.
A lot of niggas like Cormega more than Nas and shit. We started talking.
You know who got it, nigga? Niggas, summertime niggas can't breathe without it. Yeah, Jack.
Right, came on that shit too.
Shit, I know I mentioned 10 already, huh? RBL, 11-5, Jack, Keek, 3 Times Crazy, Keep It On The Real. Drew Down, Pimp of the Year.
Yeah, that's another one.
Can't forget that.
That's a banger.
Yeah, Drew Down, Pimp of the Year. You can't forget that.
1995 was hot.
Yeah.
There was some good slaps in 95.
Forte Players Club. Can't forget that. Back to the Hotel in 2D.
Yeah,
can't forget that one.
California Living.
Mac Dre had a few of them. California Living.
Rain Game in Northern California. There's so many of them. Backstreet Live.
Richie Rich got a few of them too. Do G's Get to Go to Heaven?
Yeah. And then the other one he had was it West Side. Shit with Jason Kidd in the video.
Yeah.
That song. Yeah.
Brother Lynch, That's What I Said.
Yep.
I Refuse to Lose.
And motherfucking Sebo.
Sebo.
What was the one? Helping the defender rallies, don't brag.
Birdie's in the Kitchen.
Birds in the Kitchen was the shit too.
Yeah, to Gas Chamber.
Oh.
Gas Chamber, Sebo.
Gas from the chamber.
That motherfucker was hard.
Niggas on PA rearrange it.
I remember they used to play Sebo. I don't even know if Sebo know this, but he used to Palo Alto in the house parties.
Yeah.
They'd throw that Gas Chamber on, and the whole crowd would sing that whole motherfucking song. Niggas be in there singing the whole song through the whole record.
Niggas on PA rearrange it.
Yeah.
That shit was hard.
The sickness. Yeah. E40 in the clip, microphone check, or testing, 1, 2.
Then they go, whoop for the gas, whoop for the gas, whoop for the gas.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yo, that was a fucking cut.
40 in the
I
Master.
still love that song.
Ooh, what was be legit?
Oh, you talking
The
about
Dank Room, nigga.
Tramp Girls.
Tramp, yeah.
Tramp
Still
Girls.
be a motherfucking trapped up. All I could
Give me
do
a
when I
call.
listen to that is give her a beeper, a front or a sack.
Nigga, call. Hillside Hall.
Bitch, you'll still be a trapped dog. See, the Click had a few of them though. Hurricane and shit, Mr. Flamboyant,
I used to like Side.
Sideways.
Sideways is shit too.
Sideways this way, that away.
Before bitch, shit.
Yeah, that's an anthem.
This was hard.
That's an anthem.
Because
Yeah.
it was cup.
I mean, Dan the Bay had a lot of them, dog. But yeah, the most memorable would be like I said, like I got 5 Don't give me no
we said
bad
bounce to this? Hell yeah, we said bounce to this. Right?
I don't think so. Not in.
We didn't say y'all be
Yeah.
bounce.
Bounce to
Man,
this.
we did like 20 songs right now, so forgive us, man. We you know, y'all can just let us know in the comments what we did.
And I'm sure it's a lot of them that I'm missing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one
The
thing
Souls of
about this whole
Mischiefs,
project.
you know, even our shit. You know, we got Backstreet Life, we got Total Insanity, we got MAC and AD,
Never legal.
the News.
Well, there's different levels to that answer. So, hip hop and rap music, you know, since I was a kid. So, when I was real young, like early '90s and shit, you know, like Big Daddy Kane and shit like that, and you're like, oh, he's busting, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is dope, you know. And then, you know, we on the West Coast. My older cousin would always be showing me like the NWA shit and stuff like that. He's big. He's an E fan and shit like that. But so when No Vaseline came out, Ice Cube, dude was talking some shit, you know what I mean? Shout out to Ice Cube, man. Very underrated in the rap game, dude. He should be mentioned in top 5 Dead or Alive like every time, and they always leave him out. And everybody sampled his shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, back to it. But then like Biggie dudes like Biggie and shit come out and you party and bullshit and you're like, oh shit, this is on another level, you know what I mean? And you hearing all these cats and you just like, oh man, he's gas, no, oh shit, no, this is gas right here. And you hear like different battle MCs too, you know what I mean? But 1995, 96, 95, when Bad Influence came out with Ann Diddley and fucking Rappin' Ron, holy shit, that shit was on another level. That shit just kind of blew my mind. Rappin' Ron, man, rest in peace, Rappin' Ron. He was just ahead of his time, you know what I'm saying? When I heard his shit, you know, that nigga Ron's back with a bomb sack. I'm smoking on, signing on a contract. And you won't never see me sober cause I'm always lit. And when I spit, I don't wanna hear y'all say shit. Niggas talk shit when I text they ass. While they bitches be begging for a backstage pass. I'm like, woo! That's gas, boy. And his wordplay, his cadence, his delivery, it was perfect, you know. It was way ahead of his time, and he was on some other shit, man. So yeah, that was when I guess that was when I really realized, yeah, that's what gassing is, you know. And later on, you know, that shit all evolved into like cats that I think gas nowadays, you know, like Locksmith, you know what I mean, probably one of the dopest ever to do it, you know what I mean. MC Juice, freestyle wise, back in the day, Chicago Juice was off the hook, you know what I mean. But yeah, Locksmith, Crooked Eye, those cats. But you know, Justo. But yeah, Rappin' Ron, man, 1995. First time I could officially say, yeah, I heard somebody gas, and like that's what gas is.
Shit. Some of the, well, I mean, I've seen gas spitting in person, and we could talk about that later. But like, hip hop, corrupt, bro.
Corrupt
Gas.
time. Okay. He had a little run.
He just had so much gas. He was the epitome of that shit. His game spitting was crazy. And then there's like Brother Lynch.
He had gas too.
But he's just really, really graphic.
He got a
You know what I'm saying?
He's
You got
a good
X-rated. He's really graphic. But I
Just
was
the way
with
he
all that.
spit it,
I was
though.
listening to that stuff as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old. You know, like
our brains.
I was in it.
Our
Like,
brains.
even Andre Nicotina had gas. He was spitting.
I knew he was gonna say that.
You know, even though like, you know, a lot of the stuff he wasn't talking about nothing great. It was all like he was spitting. Crypto was spitting.
Crypto,
bro.
Oh. Shit, man.
Had to jog my memory right there.
I'm trying to think of gas though. Like the first time I heard gas, man, it was probably way before 2000. It was like the 90s. I mean, Tupac. His everything he spit was just poetry. But it was gas though, because it came hard with it. Sibo had gas. Man,
That will change my life.
you know, everybody from who else was Selsky had gas. Two took days.
Yeah, that oh man, it's cool.
Yes. In person or on the TV or on the tape deck?
In person.
Okay, in person, man, it'd probably be my nigga Joseph Tucker. Shout out to my nigga C-Note, my nigga Notation from NMD, my little my East Side San Jose partner. You know what I'm saying? When he see this, he gonna geek out, man. Cause seriously, that's the first time I seen somebody really spitting gas in person. Like, he take over the school, you know, rapping to teachers, chicks on the block. You know what I mean? Really on the block. And if anybody ever said anything that was out of pocket, he was on their hat. You know, like seriously. I remember one day somebody said something, they didn't know where they was at, and they said something, you know, like just kind of disrespectful, just mildly, you know, and he acted accordingly, verbally, you know. Dude should have got smashed, but I was surprised and proud of my nigga, man, because we still got the party that night. Nobody got hurt, but dude learned, like, you know, I guess he was from somewhere else. He wasn't from the Bay, and he said something stupid about their crew thing or whatever. So yeah, that didn't go too smooth. But nah, the first time I seen somebody spit gas on the TV screen, you know, the type of shit that we like was probably Snoop, and I think it was like the MTV Awards. What was that when they did Nothing But a G thing, and then
Right.
I remember they had the movie The Mac on the background on the screen.
Wow.
And it's, we always seen the OGs would play the Mac, you know, the elders would play the Mac, and we knew what that was when we seen that. So I was kind of like, yo, California done made it. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I really felt that we was getting recognized, though, like, you know, by the world and on the TV and shit. You know what I mean? Because, you know, whenever I used to watch CMC's our shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, we rap stars out here. You know, the world know it. They don't want to say anything about it. They don't want to give us any credit to them, but, you know.
First time I heard somebody spin gas was my homie Donovan. He was the only cat I knew who was like really out here like rapping. Really out here
doing
like
shows and shit.
Yeah, man, he was doing shows. We used to have open mic out of high school. We used to have a radio DJ come.
Now, what school would you go to again, brother?
Went to Fremont.
Fremont High in Sunnyvale.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what's crazy is the open mic would be like a Christian open mic. So really it's supposed to be some spoken word, like, you know, praise Jesus. People go up there and spit the most, you know, Trick Daddy and Trina freestyle in the middle of the, you know, the quad. But Donovan would go up there, man, he would spit his freestyle, or he spit his little, you know, 16, and he would have the whole school shook, you know? And that was the first time I ever seen somebody really, like, be an MC his whole school, have them all like, damn, like that, you know, he can rap. Yeah, man, he still do it to this day, too. He got some music, too.
First time I heard somebody spitting gas, we used to have we had a few dudes on the block that used to get into a circle and just spit. One of the original rappers from PA was a nigga named DR Shake. Shout out to my nigga Shake. That's San Quinn, older brother actually. He grew up in East Palo Alto. He used to be by the rec selling weed and shit. And as a youngster, the rec was kind of like where all the thugs hang out. So we used to sneak over there to the rec and go hang out with the OGs. And Shake used to be out there busting, you know what I'm saying? rapping for like 8 minutes straight and shit, just straight spitting fire, like. And it's funny because as a youngster, I used to look up to Shake like, damn, that nigga hard as fuck. So I used to go home and practice me and my nigga Doc Louie, shout out to my nigga Doc Louie. We used to go to the house and practice our shit. So one day we built up enough raps, enough courage, we went up there and tried to battle Shake. So me and Doc, we see Shake out there sitting on the little on the fence. We walk up like, nigga, we want to battle you, nigga. He said, both of y'all niggas. We like, hell yeah, nigga. He like, all right, nigga, spit your shit then, nigga, go ahead. Shout out to my nigga Shay. He know this is a true story. He gonna laugh when he see this shit too. So me and Doc, we spit our little shit, nigga. We went with our individual little verse. Then we doing some Run DMC shit on him, like going back and forth. Man, that nigga said, hey, that shit kind of tight though. But check this out. And went in on us. Hey, that nigga went in on us for about 8 minutes. That nigga talked about what we had on. That nigga talked about we was selling Barry weed and all kind of shit. That nigga went in on us. And but that, you know what I'm saying, it didn't hurt our feelings. We was laughing at the shit like, damn, that nigga ate our ass up. But what Shake did, and I don't know if he noticed, he sent us back to the drawing board like a motherfucker.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my nigga Shake, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Doc Louie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to my nigga Shake. But as far as doing shows and shit, my nigga Prozac, Captain Crunch, my niggas Cool Breeze, Rated X, T-Jam, they what built up my confidence to get on stage and start wanting to do shows. They used to do the Juneteenth every year and the Kelly Park talent shows and shit. And them niggas had their stage presence so tight. They used to have the black and yellow Rated X jackets with their name and shit on the front. They had Rated X on the back. They used to come out there with the white gloves on and with the Lokes on with the Rated X hats. Them niggas come out there doing a little routine. Have T-Jam in the back scratching and shit. Shout out to my nigga T-Jam, scratching and shit. And we used to go as youngsters and watch them niggas do talent shows and shit. Be like, man, we need to get our shit together, man, because I want to be like that. So shout out to my nigga Prozac, man. They used to be Captain Crunch back in the days. My nigga Cool Breeze, T-Jam, Rated X. So after watching them doing the Juneteenths and the talent shows, we started signing up for talent shows. We started doing the Kelly Park talent shows. We started doing the Juneteenths, and that built up our confidence in order to do shows. Back then we was KOD, Kings of Death, so we was doing this shit like in middle school and going into high school. This was before Totally Insane.
So,
and,
to me, I always feel like the Bay Area always has a piece in music, but people don't want to give it the credit that it holds.
Yeah.
Like Souls of Mischief, I think Souls of Mischief 93 till has probably one of the best beats, one of the best messages ever. And if you like didn't really like pay attention, you wouldn't know that that's a Bay Area
That's an anthem.
That's a Bay Area anthem. That's like the essence of us,
Man,
right there.
In the 90s, before you used to go out,
Come on.
they would be bumping that instrumental.
Man, they was bumping that instrumental. You put that on right now, your favorite rapper right now will probably throw a freestyle to it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that beat's so chill.
that beat is so, it's ahead of its time. So when I think of Souls of Mischief, I really think hip hop and what we have a piece in that. Like Oakland has a piece in that. Like we contributed that song to the world, and it's forever known.
Oh yeah.
93 till. And I'm a 91 baby, so I'm always like, yeah, bro, 2 years, we all the way out.
Yeah. You trying to go now? Go back to the hotel? That's one song I haven't showed in Too Deep. Back to the Hotel. That shit's a classic, man. I haven't listened to that song in ages. But shit, if you knew about that song back in the days, you was really back to the hotel, then you probably from the Bay. You're probably one of my friends.
that song.
I just knew everybody that had the connections at the telly, man. Shout out to what's that place called? Embassy Suites in Milpitas. Enough said.
So, first time I ever heard hip hop had to be when I was about either 1.5, 2. It's Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Parade, song sold me. sold me on the music, sold me on the movement. I was in the back seat. My parents told me I was in the back seat going hip hop parade. Oh, hey, you know. But after that, when I realized like what hip hop was, when I was about 7 or 8, had a homie that lived across the street. He played me the Doggy Style album. Blew my mind, bro. I never heard something so just sonically crazy at the time. Like, mind you, I was hearing, you know, Ain't No Fun, the uncut version. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing Doggy Dog World with the dramatics, the fabulous dramatics. Man, I even remember hearing Bow Wow for the first time. Like, you know, before he was just like rapping. I heard him on that album. That was the first time I heard a kid cuss. Mind you, I'm like 7 years old, so I'm hearing a little kid cuss on an album. I'm like, what? They got a little kid? You could do that on? Oh, like I'm my head.
They went there.
They went there, man. It was crazy.
That's pretty in-depth question. Basically, big sis. You know what I mean? My older sister, she's about 5 years older than me. She was always up on game. The hottest new joints that's out, you know what I mean? The hottest new hip-hop dances and stuff like that. Before the internet and shit, like, you didn't have no TikTok and none of that shit, you feel me? So she went to school with all the older cats from my neighborhood. She was just always up on game, and I would always be, you know what I'm saying, learning and taking shit off of her, you feel me? She would always have a bunch of mixtapes and stuff. She taught me how to put the little cotton in the tape and, you know, record over it and make your own mixtapes and shit. She just, you know what I mean, she knew what was popping, and I just fed off of that, you know what I mean. I soaked up game from that, you know what I mean, before I got old enough to really function with it myself. But yeah, it's always been a part of my life as far back as I can remember, you know what I mean. I was born in the 80s, so I got to see it, like, see hip-hop as a kid. While hip-hop was a kid, I got to see it grow as well as I grew with it, you know what I mean. So, and if you're asking how I myself got into like making rap music, you could ask anybody that knows me or grew up with me or any, you know what I mean. Ever since I was a kid, I would always be rapping and spitting, like, just like making my own words to songs type shit, you know what I mean. Unconsciously doing it, you know what I mean. And as I grew up, you know, I was always into sports and shit, because when you grow up poor, that's all they tell you is it's either sports, you know what I'm saying, or you rapping, you know what I mean, or like, you know, like that's how you're gonna get out. And like rapping was always far-fetched to me. It's just sports, you know what I'm saying. That was the only way out type shit. But when I was about 15 years old and I really started hanging out doing knucklehead shit, you know what I'm saying, we was out chilling on the block and smoking. We was trying to get some drink, so we go to the older homie's house to see if they could buy some drink. We told him, yeah, I was smoking out, you know, you can go get some drinks and shit. And so a couple of the homies went with a couple of the older homies to the store, and we was sitting on the stairs, Somerset Apartments, out in front of the older homie Bubba's house. His window was right there. He used to always serve sex, smoke out the window and type shit. But I could hear like a rhythm, like a beat, just like looping, you know what I'm saying? And at the time I didn't know what it was, but like, you know, it was a metronome, you know what I mean? And so I go up to the window and see what, like, Bubba, what's poppin', what is that, you know what I mean? I look in, he got like a little setup, like a little lab in his room, you know what I mean? He's on a beat machine just fucking with it, you know what I'm saying? To me, that was like, whoa, you feel me? This shit got set up in his room. That just seemed so out of reach to me. I used to think to be a rapper, to do that, you had to like have a record deal and you gotta know somebody that knows somebody. Or so when I seen that, it was like, oh shit, this shit is possible, you know what I'm saying? I could really do this if I wanted to do that, you know? And to me, that's real life. I experienced, you know, real life independent, you know, that's independent music, that's Bay Area shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just realize, holy shit, that this could be done. So after that, you know, I started getting serious about it and like, you know, got beat machines and samplers, and, you know, I had an Ensoniq ASR-10, got a computer, I had my own little setup in my mom's kitchen. But yeah, that's like how I started getting into it. Just the people I grew up around in the neighborhood I grew up in, You know, because the neighborhood I grew up in basically was surrounded by train tracks and alleys. It was like a hip hop scene of its own. You know what I'm saying? Graffiti, b-boys. The b-boys that came out of my neighborhood are you know, some world-known b-boys like Tommy Boy, aka Fire, Boogie Boy Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Some graffiti artists, some of the top graffiti artists known. You know what I mean? Like Taiwan, rest in peace to my dude Taiwan. You know what I mean? A lot of people will say like he's a Frisco graffiti artist, but really, no, he from Main Street. He grew up right across the street from me. He lived in apartments across the street from me. You know what I'm saying? But he was hitting a billboard and got shot. The dude, owner of the property, shot him in the head with a shotgun. Shit. Rest in peace, Taiwan. The b-boys would be in the carports breakdancing. There's train tracks right there in alleys, so graffiti was always popping. You know what I mean? And plus, like, my neighborhood is a homeboy neighborhood, a lot of, so there's gangs and there's drugs, and so like hip hop kind of kept us away from that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got a lot of people that's really banging and really really with it, but for the most part, it kept us away from it.
We have to go way back. So I don't remember the year. I know it was the 90s. Man. The Bay Area rap scene was all I knew. I wasn't into any kind of East Coast, South, nothing like that. My whole rap, like catalog, everything that I got was on, cassette, Star Records, San Jose.
Yeah.
A lot of the influences was just based on what my cousins had. Everything that they were bumping, Coog Nut, RBO Posse, E40 in the Click, like even Rich the Factor, who wasn't even in the Bay, he was soaked. Everyone was listening to him back then.
Still.
Dark Room Familia, they were out here in the damn in the valley, and I was listening to them like thinking they were from the Bay, and they were a bunch of gangsters from the valley.
I still don't know where they're from.
Yeah, but I listened to there were some of the early times, like all this gangbanging stuff. What's that dude's name from Sacramento? I forgot his name. I mean, from Sac to the Bay, everyone was just like, they were all from the Bay to me at the time. I was just a kid.
Yeah.
Rap music was Bay Area music to me. I didn't listen to anything but Bay Area, West Coast shit. Snoop and Dre and the Dog Pound, DPG, they were my favorite growing up. Shit, man, Bay Area rap, hip hop, that shit was, it was a beef back then. I couldn't listen to no East Coast shit back then because of the time I was raised with it.
You came out, like around the time Pac and Biggie passed away?
When they passed away, I was like deep into just like the whole West Coast, the Bay Area rap scene.
Yeah, because it
was everything to us, and yeah.
We didn't listen to them back then.
We didn't. We knew about them, but we had to categorize them. There was like in school, if you were in that group of listening to East Coast, you just wasn't with us.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You was out there in the same field as us, but we don't get down with y'all because y'all was listening to the wrong stuff.
And please don't touch my tape deck,
Yeah.
Please don't put that shit in.
Don't touch my talk boy, man.
Yeah,
I used to bring the talk boy to class because all my friends were rapping. Everyone, they had rap battles and shit. And we used to contribute the rap battles to the East Coast. That was the only thing that we used to like praise. We used to be like, yeah, the East Coast, they do battle raps. And, shit, we could battle. And then it was just like we just people tried it and it was tight. Got a lot of those recordings, man. They're gone. Long gone now, but those days were fun. Bootlegging all these mixtapes and shit from our favorite. Our favorite crews. Man, hip hop. All right. Game recognized game. Shit, that was probably my favorite song growing up.
Really?
The Get Low. Like, all the JT Bigger Figures moves was just epic to me.
Power
I just
moves.
remember looking up to that whole like camp from Frisco. They were just, that was the Bay to me. But like shit, man, it expanded from there. You know, Game Recognized Game was a classic. He put people up on game with like his lyrics on that song.
For real.
And it kind of set the tone for the Bay, because the way the Bay was, it was nothing but game. It was like everybody had some game to give, but he like expressively said that like he's giving game, you know?
Yeah.
It was dope.
First time I heard Too Short, it's because my Uncle Johnny used to love the song Getting It.
Yeah.
Used to love that song.
That was his shit.
That was his man. So before the hyphy movement, like I'm already aware of his music. So when he got to that, Blow the Whistle and everything, it was just like, oh bro, it's going crazy. The Bay Area was at like a whole movement at that
Too
point.
Short. First time I heard Too Short was early 90s, 90, 91. My sister, like I said, she always had a bunch of mixtapes. She would have like shoeboxes full of mixtapes and shit, you know what I mean? And, you know, back then, I mean, it's still the same now, but, you know, girls, they be in the bathroom getting ready, woo, playing their music and shit, like, so she had a door open, she doing her hair with the, you know what I mean, with the Aquanet and the big bangs and shit, you know what I mean? When you just a young knucklehead like I was, you know what I mean, and like how I grew up, or how most of us grew up, you hear some Too Short lyrics, you know that Too Short lyrics, a little curious kid like that, you know what I mean, that's always getting into shit, you know, that shit's gonna attract them, like, oh shit, he talking about pussy, he talking about bitches, he talking about fucking bitches and pimping hoes and smoking weed and shit, you know what I mean, like, so, yeah, that shit definitely attracted me. So when I heard that shit slapping, and all of a sudden you just hear these clear, crisp vocals, because that's how I'll always remember Too Short. It's just because his vocals are so clear and crisp. He's got a simple delivery. His lyrics aren't too in depth; they're to the point and direct, and they're just crisp though, just very clear. Like you ain't gonna miss a word. You feel me? And so for a kid, it's easy to rap along with. He's talking about some wild shit. You know what I mean? And the beat slapping. You know, so. When I first heard that song, I saw you walking down the street and I had to stop. Turn up the radio and drop the top. I say you look so good and you're so fine. Young tender, would you be mine? Put you in my car, take you to my house. Like, that shit was slapping, you know what I mean? I still slap that shit today, you know what I mean? So yeah, early 90s, 90, 91, Too Short. And I've always been a big Too Short fan. You could ask people I went to school with. I'm an 8th grade talent show. I rap Too Short for the talent show. Unedited, explicit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was funny though too, because it was Too Short getting it. I had two little bitches up there doing a little, you know, background singing and dancing, and I was up there rapping. Teachers was like, how did he, you know what I mean? Like, how did this get through, you know what I mean? So I took the edited version to the rehearsal and to the audition, and then when I gave him the unedited version. And so it was like, he was just, you know, roll up a fatty for the players to smoke. And then another part that was funny though is because I was up there busting and I said, black man rising. All my black partners was dying and shit. But yeah, I fuck with Too Short, man.
Shoot. So the Bay Area culture, it grew on me. I wouldn't claim I'm even from the Bay, but I got enough experience, you know, mobbing through the Bay, getting to know people just throughout the Bay, and living in San Jose. Shit, it ain't hard to know what's up with the Bay, because shit, we eat that shit up. Speaking of eating up, the culture is nothing but food trucks, fucking specifically
Yup.
taco trucks. I mean, if you're from the Bay, you know all about the taco trucks, man. They just been popping out here. They grew. You can find a Korean taco truck now. You can find an ice cream truck that's like serving food and serving all kinds of like special, delicious things. You know, you can find imported chips in a truck. You know, you can find everything anywhere on like most street corners, like popular street corners throughout the Bay. The culture is food and festivals.
Man. Forgot to touch on food.
It is.
It's not just music, because I mean everybody goes to the shows and usually it gets funky. So people had to start bringing in food and making it more of a cultural thing and involve merchandise and, you know, step the game up so that it ain't just a bunch of rappers singing with other rappers, you know, like on the same stage. They got funk and shit, and the fans know it. And it wasn't going good when, you know, when the culture was just beginning. There was a lot of like, oh man, a lot of funk at every show. You know, but the Bay Area jumped out of that and became, man, the best shows, the best hit concerts.
I think
every month, bam, 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 promoting.
I think that's your generation that got it to where, like, you know, like a nigga like you and me could be friends. He's probably all told in San Jose in the house.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Once upon a time, bro, you wasn't gonna see none of that.
Oh hell no!
You couldn't even step foot into that area.
You couldn't say like, oh, we hanging out together. Like somebody's gonna say, hey, well, you know what?
You know?
That nigga, he a dead man if I come over there type
you feel
shit.
Me?
You know,
it was
so
bad. It was too many instances where so and so said you already told you don't go over there.
Yep.
Because of so and so.
Yep.
Because of yacht to that, you know, everything that just happened. Whoop. But them days, man, they're gone.
Yeah, everybody.
I swear, man, you mentioned the Bay, man. Everybody's already okay.
Yeah.
They're with it. The culture is like thriving.
And that's cool, you know, because even though like a lot of us is gone because of gentrification, like we still fuck with each other. Like, you know, it don't matter. It could be somebody in Vallejo or Richmond or whatever. You know, we could be any part of the Bay saying, hey man, we gotta go over here and get this. Oh, okay, Pittsburgh, all right, I'll roll.
Yeah.
You know. Back in the day, you know, you couldn't just be riding anywhere like that.
Oh, like back in the day, like you try to go pick up some tree, for example.
Yeah.
Shit, back when the clubs just came out.
Oh yeah.
You had to skip town.
Remember we used to go out there?
Yeah.
We used to take the back streets, remember?
Yeah.
In my bucket. We would take
Get the Mission.
Yeah, we would take Mission, Warm Springs to Mission, all the way to East 14. High than a motherfucker.
High on the way there and hella high on the way back.
Oh yeah. And they would always give you goodies and shit too for going to the club, you know?
Yeah, you have a session right before you pick it up.
Yep. And then when we get it, you know, usually they be giving you all like free joints and shit like that. Man, we be smoking everything.
Like that shit up. We roll the free joints.
Yup. That was the good old days, bro.
Yeah, the culture was like pretty much made an impact on the world.
Oh, we forgot about the weed culture though. Because nobody get higher than us.
Yeah, everybody knows we're like Amsterdam is what the Bay is today. Is what Amsterdam used to be.
Yeah, because my boy was talking about Oregon.
And Amsterdam ain't never been on the level the Bay's at.
Nah.
I don't think they've ever had how potent it is and how fucking fluent. How many strains they got.
Crazy thing about us, we could stick our shit in the ground because they got all the indoor shit. We could stick our shit in the ground and be fucking them because we got the right climate.
Make that shit still pop.
Yup.
We got the connoisseurs.
Because this Bay Area boys, like they'll be talking about like, oh, I don't like the outdoor. I'm like, you doing it wrong.
And then back in the days, you know, recording in the studio, it was different to what it is now. Like everybody's home studio is like everywhere.
I know.
You know, back in the days, you really had to know a studio. You had to book it. You had to know somebody. You know, whether it be like somebody famous that just, you know.
Yeah, or whether they had a motherfucking, what was that? They said 4 tracks?
Or you hit up the damn the actual radio station and go record some stuff over there, like, because that's where the recording studio was. Or the record label had a studio, and now it's in your pocket.
Yeah.
And all thanks to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you think all that technology came from?
Yeah, remember we were talking about JT earlier.
Yeah.
You know, he was the one who, I read his book.
Producers, bruh. Producers elevate in the Bay.
Yeah.
They have access not only to some of the greatest musicians, you know. The Bay Area culture is not just hip hop too. It's,
No, yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
blues and
Soul and
soul
jazz.
and jazz and
All kind of shit, bro. The island music and shit.
man, that's one of the biggest like cultural movements, you know, that's
Mhm.
still in motion.
Man.
That island movement, man.
Hey.
That's just it's like an atom bomb. It's exploding and still reaching the
Oh
world.
yeah. It's getting big, man. There's so much. I think that's one thing about like artists from the Bay. Like, we got a leg up on everybody because we listen to everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And then we got everything right here. Like we got classic soul artists and shit, jazz musicians. I mean,
Can't forget about the poetry and the
poetry.
slams.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, all these little like hole in the
You
wall,
remember Alex back in
late
the
night,
day?
Friday
Remember
night
Alex?
rhyme sessions and stuff. And we got the
Poetry
clubs.
slam season.
Mm-hmm.
We got it all, man. You're able to open up for like these big artists being from the Bay just because you're local.
Yeah.
Just because these artists will still have a show.
And then they know that like you being out here, like even like our worst rappers back in the day were dope. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the shit we ain't gonna really talk about in this documentary. We ain't gonna really name no names, but yeah, like even our worst
Some people-
artists were pretty good.
Some people got booed off stage. And,
Oh, yeah.
And they got viral.
Oh really? Shit.
What's that fool's name? The bass guy?
Oh, Lil B? Oh shit, they booed him on stage?
He's had instances.
Well, you know why? Because he got like a cult following that hate him, and he got a cult following that like
love
him.
him. Yeah.
You know,
He's
so.
He's just one of those special artists.
Oh yeah, yeah. He definitely.
He was doing the extracurricular shit.
I know he cursed. He cursed Harden's ass.
All that, bro.
He cursed Harden, and he told Durant when Durant came here, he's lifting the curse, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. A lot of people just barely heard about the curse. Like, who does that?
He said, "I'm putting a curse on this nigga, man."
Yeah.
I thought the shit was funny, but you know, it's just because the nigga like the Warriors. You know, if I was a Laker fan, I'd probably hate that little motherfucker. You
You
know?
put it on him, that's why.
Yeah.
Man, I remember first time I heard Mac Dre was at my cousin's house. He was playing radio. So hard.
Too hard for.
Man, that one, and then they had another one called Song For You.
Oh yeah.
Man, those two right there, it was a movement when he was around. Like I remember they would be playing Mac Dre so much that it'd be like is that all y'all know? It's just Mac Dre? Like what else y'all be on? But it was at the time it was the hottest thing to be playing. Like Mac Dre was it. That was the
Yeah, he had his reign, and then you know, untimely passing. So it's just like, man,
yeah.
he might have put like 10 years of wind on his career, just you know, and him going, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I always think about, you know, because I feel like he passed right when like the hyphy movement was like starting to like get his little wave, and like he kind of missed that like okay, it's about to really start getting like global, and I wish he would have still had the torch, because I think it would have lasted longer. The hyphy movement wouldn't have been just like, you know, like couple years. It'd have been like, you know, 10 year stretch.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we still try to grab that essence now, but I think we would have held it longer if Mac was still here.
I actually heard Mac Mall first. First I heard Mac Mall because I think he was on at that time, you know, and he was like 15 or 16 when he dropped Illegal Business. And when you're young and you hear, you know, like this other kid, he's busting like that, that captures your attention, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, going through my big sis tapes and shit like that, I saw a tape that said Young Black Brother on it. Well, that was the name of Mac Mall's record company at the time, or label was Young Black Brother. And when I first heard Dre, I think he was with Ray Love featured on the track with Mac Mall, and he was rapping on the phone, and that like tripped me out. Like, okay, you know, like this is back then, you know, you don't really hear too many different types of effects. Older homie was like, yeah, that's Mac Dre, you know, he's rapping on the phone from jail and shit. And I was like, oh, that's dope. A while later, I remember looking through tapes and seeing one that was labeled Young Black Brother, and I figured, oh shit, it's Mac Mall, you know? And so I took the tape and I started listening, you know, I put it in the deck, you know, I started listening to it in the deck like I had a question in the Walkman, and turn it on, and it's, you know, listen up, I'm about to get dope. Ooh, that was the new shit for me, dude, just cause that thing just slapped, you feel me? It was just smacking. And so, yeah, that was early 90s as well, you know what I mean? Yep, Mac Dre, rest in peace to Mac Dre, man, we love Pharrell, you know what I mean? Miss you, Cuddy.
Baby, you see how we live. You can come to Santa, leaving kids. You don't know who I is. Spaceships and chicks when we dip. Come so clean,